Jim Bown gets a lap back from Robert Pressley. Or does he? Hold on, Jim.
He had it back for just a minute, but now the problem is he's got between Chuck Bown and the leader. Chuck's going to need to get on around.
Yeah, this is more than just sibling rivalry here. Because Jim is now in a position to hold Chuck up for a chance to win this thing. You look at the condition of these cars, you believe we still have 107 laps to go?
Well, they pretty well used them up. Boy, now Pressley is pulling away with Jim Bown in between them. That's letting Pressley get a real big lead.
Jim's not going to get to stay there long. They black flagged him for jumping the restart, and he will pit.
And boy, when he pulled the inside lane, nobody wants to pass him on the outside.
No, Earnhardt wouldn't go around him. Can you blame him?
No, you get out there and you're gone. When they called him to turn down pit road, it virtually stopped the lead pack from even racing. They had to just park behind him.
Stop and go for Jim Bown. Well, that split the field up pretty well. Here comes Pressley, the leader. A long gap back to Chuck Bown. The Nescafe car in second. And that Western steer machine for Earnhardt. Remember, Earnhardt in the 15 car today for Kenny Schrader. There's Earnhardt, and right with him, Jimmy Spencer in 77, the 6-tire machine, and the channel lock car for pole sitter, Steve Grissom.
Well, Spencer's trying the outside. Nobody's been able to pull that. Right there's not so bad. Where he's going to have his work cut out for him is getting in 3 on the outside. Nobody's been able to make that move, make it stick. But there's Spencer. He turned down and made the car stay down there. That's the first time we see somebody pass on the outside going in 3.
That's the wildest thing I've seen today.
Yeah, Spencer's got her wound up now and running so good that he was able to make a move we haven't seen all day long.
Well, this battle goes on at 4th position on back. Let's check in the leader's pit with Glenn Jarrett.
Well, guys, we're sitting here watching leader Robert Pressley pull away from the field, and it's really quite amazing because when he took that airborne flight there over Jimmy Hensley's car, when he came down, Rick Pearson, the crew chief, said it knocked the toe in out of line pretty badly. But now he's motoring away from the field, so one of those rare instances when you do something like that, and it actually helps the race car. Let's keep an eye on it.
Turn 1. Steve Boley, the Iowa driver, and he had help. So the 20th caution of the day is up for Steve Boley up in turn number 1, driving the Jack Ingram car. We'll be right back to Hickory after this. Steer, he is right opposite his pit location, but could not turn the car to get there. Have a look at the way those cars are sliding up out of turn number 4, Mike Wallace. And then here comes that maroon car, is Boley. Let's have a look here.
Yeah, they got in the corner. 27 car trying to get under him. They get together going down in the corner. 10 car turns around.
Bam.
Yep.
And I believe Ward Burton was black flagged.
Yeah, I think they did black flagging for them. It's the first time today we've seen that happen. Even the cars that aren't wrecking are almost wrecking off. So we're seeing the back end fly up under all the cars. Yeah, he got in there and backed it in. And the car slapped the wall like that and knocked that toe in. So crazy that both front wheels are turned almost together. They can't steer it.
And they can't push it. There's Mike Wallace's car. That says Daly's first aid on this. Well, trust me, it did at the start of the race.
Needs first aid now.
Nick Moroso car. Left side looks pretty good. He and Jack Sprague have really been going at it today. We're going to get a green this time. 207 laps down, 93 to go. The Mountain Dew 500 at Hickory. Late model stock car action later here at the track. Green flag. Jeff Burton trying to get a lap back. Driving the CIC Financial car, number 8. Here comes Spencer, and he bangs Chuck Bown, and he gets underneath.
And Grissom trying to make the same move.
And he gets in there.
And it's a matter of just muscling your way under. Chuck Bown said get out of the groove and had to just stop and restart the car. He went all the way back in the line when he got hung on the outside.
Folks, it is the bump and stumble 500. You bump somebody, they stumble, you move up. Waltrip and Earnhardt coming into turn 1. And Darrell makes the pass.
There's Hensley leading down the back straightaway. The last couple of times this thing's restart, he's been able to get a good bite up off the corner, and most cars can't do that.
Pressley, that is. Robert Pressley up at the front of the pack. Jimmy Spencer now second. There's Mike Wallace and Chuck Bown battling, and they've been going at it. Tommy Houston right with them.
Seems like after that last caution, Chuck Bown lost something. He got out in that loose dump. He might have cut a tire down, because we've seen this several times that a guy will start losing a little ground, then he goes in, he's got a flat tire. He moved all the way out in the loose dump. He probably picked up his deal with the tires and losing the tires now.
So Chuck Bown, who had hoped to run this entire race without a pit stop, may need to make one here.
Mike is going to probably do just like we saw earlier, try to run until they do lap him, and then if they catch him, he'll come in. He'll try to catch a caution. And they've been easy to catch today because we've had plenty of them.
There's Robert Pressley leading this race. Jeff Burton a lap down. Jimmy Spencer, the third car in line at 77. He is the second place car.
Spencer is really, really coming now.
Then Steve Grissom. Trouble in 3. Tracy Leslie climbs up and over the Mike Wallace car. Something had started to go on Wallace's car, and he had a real slow entry into the corner. And it was as if the other car could not slow down or stop.
Chuck Bown did catch that caution that we were talking about he needed. He'll have the opportunity to pit on the caution now. But these two cars were, one of them was completely airborne, went up over the 20 car getting in the corner.
Mike Wallace has cut down the left rear and will come to pit road with what is left of Dick Moroso's race car. 216 laps complete. Caution flag 21 on the day. We'll be back to Hickory after this. Do 500 is 2/3 of the way to complete. Robert Pressley the leader, Jimmy Spencer, Darrell Waltrip, Tommy Houston, and now Jack Sprague has climbed to 5th on the leaderboard. Unofficially, Houston's up in there. Here's the rest of the top 10 as we get ready to go back to green here in a lap or two. Now Steve Grissom just completed a pit stop. They put left side tires on that car. Chuck Bown is in. He did have a tire going down. Mike Wallace and Tracy Leslie, who were both involved in that crash, made pit stops right together. A little hand signaling going on.
And going out of the pits, they did it also.
And there's Earnhardt. Mike Wallace is back on pit road. Bobby Dotter is in with the hood up, still working on Chuck Bown's car, and Steve Grissom completes his stop, just pulling away there. 1 to go, and we'll go racing.
Boy,
one lap. Glenn?
There's a problem with the lug nuts on the left front of Chuck Bown's car. This is the second time they've been in to change left side tires, principally the left front. They have not gotten that old tire off yet. There seems to be a lug nut jammed on that tire. They don't know yet which tire has the cut in it, so it could be the left front, and they can't change it.
We'll stay cautioned for at least another lap here. Safety truck still working in turn number 3, cleaning up debris from the Tracy Leslie, Mike Wallace crash. By the way, we mentioned Dave Marcus standing by in relief for Tracy. We're told that Tracy, despite that broken left leg, is still in the car. Broken motorcycle riding, and he's got a hand-operated clutch to get him through today. And Mike Wallace back in the pit, and Jim Bown has just been turned around at this exit to pit road. We're watching Kenny Wallace.
Spun one on pit road. They got together, looked like, coming out of the pits. Spun one out.
Steve Boley has parked his car, the Iowa driver. I'll show you what happened there. Well, they were trying to get double wide for the restart.
Oh, yeah, they battling for that position. Even on the caution, he was all the way out on the racetrack, and they just got together. I guess we'll see it all today. That's the first time I've seen one knocked off the track down in the pits.
I guess that doesn't count as another caution. 21 caution flag. And Chuck Bown back in the pits. Jeff Hensley and crew are going to take one more shot at changing that left front tire. Let's see how they do, Glenn.
Mike, what they do a lot of times, they use an old socket on it. They got it off that time. They use an old socket that's almost worn out, so it doesn't hang the lug nuts on it. What they can possibly do is put a brand new socket on it and pull a lug nut off that is a little bit worn. So they were able to get it off, and he's been needing that change.
Hit board up for Jeff Burton as well, and now we get one to go.
When I say that, Mike, they purposely use an old socket so it will be real fast at spitting those nuts out of there when they take them off, and they probably have to go with something new to get that thing off of there.
The last thing you want is to pull that wrench off and have a nut still in it.
Yeah, they want them to fall out as quick as possible.
So it'll be Pressley on the restart with Jimmy Spencer right behind. Darrell Waltrip. That noise you heard was we had a crash in the booth. I'll tell you, I've seen everything today.
Light fixture just fell out.
Light just fell out of the sky, down on our shoulder here.